Oh, this is the collector on the corner. We're back at the old Dodge Power Wagon today. And we're going to attempt to see it roll just a little bit today. The boy brought a tire and wheel. That's an old tire with a brand new tube, brand new liner on. He cleaned the wheel up like new and painted it and put new studs and everything. It's almost too good for this old truck.
Yeah, give me a second. I'll fix it.
Anyway, I got out here this morning, jacked it up, got the blocks out from under the axle, put the tie rod end on. I got to jack it up and put that tire on there. And I wanted to ask you people something. This whole engine, we don't know nothing about it. It was in here when we bought it, and we didn't get no story on this thing, but it's got oil in it that don't look milky. It don't look like it's got water in it, but it's sitting around, it's had one spark plug out of it. I just wondered if y'all would be interested in seeing a video where I tear the top of this engine down and we look at the innards of it and see what it looks like on the inside.
Probably looks like a motor.
Well, it might be rusty, it might be good, you know. It might be one of them deals you say, hey, instead of change motor, we'll just get this one running again.
But it'll still be a motor.
But I know the head would have to come off because it's bound to have stuck valves. There ain't been no carburetor on it. That's been sitting open. We just assumed the old engine probably was no good.
Oh,
but anyway.
Okay.
So I'm going to start this video off with a story.
Oh, okay.
Tractor Man 44.
Yeah?
He suggested I get Debbie to pull me on that little diesel tractor, being the starter's bad on it, and start it. I don't think that's going to happen. Debbie don't want to be anywhere around this pulling diesel tractors to start them again because...
Yes.
One time...
They try to kill me.
My daddy had this old 930 case.
A big one.
And I had this old GMC truck with a 283 and a 5-speed big truck transmission in it and a 3/4 rear end under it. And I throwed about half a load of firewood in the bed of it. The ground was froze, it's solid. I put her on that old 930 case, had her put it in about 7th or 8th gear, and said, I'll pull you and get you. When it gets to rolling, get a little speed up, let it on clutch, and it'll start right up. Well, I took off and I went to get it rolling and didn't want to roll. So I thought, well, I'll give that chain a little jerk. So I give it a little jerk to get it where it's settled in the ground there, just to get it to start rolling. And what happened, Debbie?
The chain broke, and I moved my head just in time as it come back and hit the throttle and broke the throttle off.
Yeah, there's a throttle on big cast
metal
iron throttle lever right there at the steering sector. And right where she was sitting. And she ducked, and that chain come back and broke that off. Wrapped around that steering wheel and banged around there. So, same tractor.
A big one.
We had 930 cases, big tractor.
Yes,
big 6-cylinder Cummins diesel in it, you know.
Big tractor.
I don't know, it probably weighs 18,000, maybe 20,000 pounds. I don't know what they weigh. They're heavy.
It's Godzilla size, and I'm little.
I borrowed it to move a house trailer. It belonged to Daddy. And I had it over on the other hill. And I rolled off the hill to get it to start, and the darn thing wouldn't start. So I thought I'd pull it back up the hill again, and I had a dozer there. So I hooked a bulldozer to the front of it, and I told Debbie, you don't got to try and start it. I'm going to pull it up the hill where I can roll it off again. I'll give it some ether, and it'll start this time. I said, almost started. So, the brakes wasn't no good on it.
Oh, God, it had no brakes.
Yeah, so I had her have it in gear and clutch it. And that bulldozer, it wasn't like that damn pickup. You didn't have to give it a jerk
why'd you have to
get it rolling.
Go the hill way? We could have went the long way.
So I was pulling up the
around.
hill, and that chain broke.
The chain broke.
and she's rolling backwards.
Like a
And she lets out on the...
snowball straight out of
She's mashing
heck.
them brakes for all her little leg is working. They ain't
Yes.
doing no good. So finally she lets out on the clutch, and it's built up some speed.
Oh my gosh.
And this thing pulls about a 6-foot wheelie
Yes.
when it stops.
I thought I was going to die.
And after that, she said, no more of that. You're
Yeah.
not pulling me and nothing no more.
Yeah.
I'm done with that. You hook a chain to something and I ain't going to be on either end of it.
Mm-hmm.
So that ain't going to happen. Besides
But
that
I have done it. He's put me in a pickup truck.
well,
and-
I pulled you around there in that Bob truck when we sold that transmission. You steered it.
but
Well,
it had...
But I had to go slow and I had a pipe and chain on it.
And it wasn't a big tractor.
Yeah. But anyway, that little tractor don't have no brakes because we had to release the brakes to get it on the trailer. And it's got hydraulic steering, and I had to chain the wheels where they stay straight on the darn thing before it moves. So it ain't
Yeah.
gonna do that. I'm just gonna have to get a starter on it to get it running. But anyway, so I guess we'll go ahead and put a wheel on this thing right fast.
Okay. Quit your gabbing and get to work.
But I've got a story I'm gonna tell at the end of this video about a billy goat.
Oh, I love billy goats.
Yeah.
Crystal come up here by us.
I'm a jacking it up.
She likes your stories, I guess.
And it's slow. And I don't know if it's ever gonna jack it up high enough anyway.
We may have to
I think I'm getting
to the end of your
I
stroke.
think we'll go a little further, but
You should have done had it jacked up before you come got me.
the jack may be low fluid.
Everything around here is low of fluid.
Seems like it's bleeding back. I think all I'm doing is pumping air. Never fear.
What's
I
here?
always got a plan B. I figured something like that might happen.
Uh-huh. Never fear. Is it Dudley Do-Right is here? You should have wore your Dudley Do-Right hat.
Okay, Nell.
No, I'm not Nell. I ain't gonna live in the, what is it, the tundra or whatever it is up there. I ain't gonna live in where
I think they call it muskeg up there in Canada.
I ain't gonna live where it's really super cold.
Muskeg.
Oh, you must have a keg of beer when you're up there?
I think digging's faster than jacking anyway. And this wheel,
This wheel is too pretty to put on
go
there,
on there, but it's
but it's a
got
work.
backward lug nuts. They're lefty tighty, righty loosey.
Okay, so don't remember that.
We've been down them roads before.
I know.
Guess what?
It's not,
Somebody didn't get the hole deep enough and far enough forward.
I could have told you that, but being
Well,
your
would I listen to you?
no, you wouldn't have listened to me. Remember when you were a kid and you were digging for gold? Just pretend like you're digging for treasure.
Actually, for Arkansas,
Yeah.
it's pretty good dirt.
If you paint it black, I like the dirt up in Illinois. It's black.
It's probably a place where somebody lived and had an outhouse right here.
Oh, great. That makes me happy. No, I don't care. You're the one playing in it. You're getting his tire dirty. He's going to be mad.
You getting the wheel dirty?
Yes. Now will it work?
Yeah, that's deeper.
Good. Okay, only he ain't got no poop in his drawers to get it up.
What? I got enough poop in the fence.
Yeah, you're too weenie-fied. The heck, they're going to end up popping his tire.
I gotta get under it a little. Went down even.
I know.
Them things is heavy now.
I know they're heavy. That's why I'm giving you moral support from over here. Oh, I think I see a stud. Well, maybe not. That's how it goes on? Where's the...
Where's the studs?
Yeah.
They're hiding.
Jeepers. Ah, yay! He found them. Boy, how'd you like to change those tires all the time?
Well, I used to back in the day.
Oh, I thought you had to be in the Army to change these tires.
Well, I helped old Stanley down at Morris Truck Sale. We changed tires all the time.
No, but you were 40 years younger.
Oh, yeah. I was young in them days.
They used to call you Babyface.
Take them old tires off them trucks and old truck he's gonna sell, we put aluminum wheels on it, and chrome lug nuts, and a new chrome bumper on it, stuff like that. Trucks he's gonna junk out, we pulled all that stuff off of it. Carried up, put it in the shop on rainy days, and when it's real cold, we'd be in there polishing aluminum wheels and stuff like that.
Oh boy, oh boy.
We'd bring a truck inside the shop. Them chrome bumpers never ever really just bolted on. We'd have to take them over and...
So I could have you polish our silver if we had any.
We'd take them over there and wrap them up in rags and put them in the drill press and drill holes where they'd bolt on. And then the holes that
You sure you got a big enough lug nut wrench?
Yeah. The holes that was extra, we'd take and put a chrome bolt in there, chrome-headed bolt, and a washer on the back side, and they were just dummies. Sold a lot of trucks.
You mean the people you worked with was dummies?
No.
The tires you put in the inside was dummies? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not going to put this real tight.
I wouldn't either.
Because I'm going to take it back off because I'm going to straighten out that inner fender and put it in there. And I'm going to straighten this fender out before I would do that.
Okie dokie pokey.
Put some of Debbie's good dirt back in that.
That ain't my good dirt. My good dirt's black.
I didn't see no worms though.
Nope.
Just dirt.
They couldn't survive in that red clay.
Well, it's not really red clay.
Oh, it's red
brown
enough.
loamy.
Oh, it's brown loamy?
Leftovers from rotted toilet paper and pages of the Sears Roebuck catalog. That's probably outhouse right here. Well, most of this hillside's red clay.
Oh, jeepers.
You have to admit that's an anomaly.
And you dug pretty deep. And
What?
you dug pretty deep and didn't hit a rock.
Didn't hit a rock.
Oh my
That
gosh.
was no outhouse hole.
Well, do you feel any smarter?
No.
I was gonna
That's
say.
one thing I've learned.
I was gonna say you don't look any
The
smarter.
older I get, the dumber I am. The less I know. I don't know why all life's great problems wouldn't come along when I was a late teenager. When I was 18, 19 years old, I knew everything.
I know. It's the way life goes.
Well, there we go.
Okay.
I've got a couple snatch blocks set up on it.
Uh-huh.
And I put these blocks in there to keep that cable from getting over the top.
Uh-huh.
I tighten up. I got the OM right here. I'm going to fire it up.
Uh-huh.
First, I'm going to turn the gas on.
Uh-huh.
Get out of the way, sheep.
Oh, she'll run.
Yeah, I know.
Or maybe not.
Stand up there so I don't hurt you.
Oh, I'm used to being hurt by you. Well, he's got enough cable. Oh, he's got it hooked to that truck. Oh, cool. I think he just may be pulling that truck. I don't think it moved diddly. Well, except for that wheel.
That didn't work.
Nope, it didn't, Professor.
Come back.
I'm trying to figure out what that man's going to do. It's strained to the brain. Ah, the good old-fashioned way. Take all the extra stuff off. Oh, at least this wheel's blue. That's pretty. Made with love, the good old-fashioned way. Oh, sorry, I'm dancing. I sometimes forget and dance, or wiggle, or back and forth. I don't know. Move, maybe that's what it is. I just moved. Okay, let's see what happens. Well, dang, if he'd clean out around here, he might have a place to go. It done come undone. Why, that looks like I must have tied it the way it come done faster than us. You know what? Well, just make up your own mind. You know what I'm talking about. It come done. Oh, the breeze feels nice out here. Come on, Power Wagon. Well, his teeth fell off the front. Yay! It moved. It moved. Your tractor's backing up, sir. Your tractor's backing up. Oh, well, it stopped. It didn't hit nothing. You got a little tiny rim under that tire back there.
Yeah, chunk.
Yes'm.
Yep.
Get your shovel and...
Hey, you know what that did, though?
What did it do?
That bumper was a little bit bent back and it straightened it out a little bit.
Okay. You're helpful and hurtful at the same time? Wait till he cries about spilling his tea.
Feel that right there.
Feel that
Put
right
your hand on that right there.
It's cold.
This thing, I don't know why. We let it sit here not very long. It'll build up a big ball of ice right there.
Why?
Carburetor ice. It's supposed to have a shield up here that comes down over this and makes the exhaust get around and heat that up.
Oh, wow. Wow. Well, y'all got to see it move 2 or 3 inches. And I'll show you some tragedy.
We're gonna...
I got to show him some tragedy first.
What?
Oh, I don't see your glass of tea.
My glass of tea.
It was laying right up there and I watched it fall off. So anyway, it's a tragedy. Well, I see the lid for your glass of tea right there.
There's the lid. Broke it. Oh, well.
As long as it don't,
Debbie goes to the thrift store and buys me tea glasses.
not anymore. You break them too fast.
Okay, Billy Goat story.
Okay, Billy Goat story. Okay,
Debbie.
once upon a time, I got married, and it turned out to be a Billy Goat. And there he is, right there. I have to trim his beard so he doesn't stay
When
real
our boys
stinky.
was little, I guess Randall Jr. was probably about 5 and Chris was 3. Debbie had these 2 milk goats. One was a white Shannon, and she called her Granny Nanny. And the other one was a Nubian or maybe Toggenburg cross. She had long ears, but she had them little stripes on her face like Toggenburgs had. And they needed to get bred, needed a Billy Goat. We didn't have one. I said, well, I'll get one, get them bred. So I go to the sale barn in Pocahontas. Sure enough, there's a goat there. Big, pretty, red, horns, large goat. Maybe had a little bit of Nubian in him. A little bit aggressive. They run him in the sale ring, and he kind of went at them guys in the sale ring. They, of course, they had their whips and hot shots, and he'd run around there. I bought him $17.50. Pretty good price for a goat.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I get this goat and I put him in the truck. And when we're loading him up there, the hands back at the back of the deal, young boys that do the loading and unloading, they said, there goes old Stinky.
Yeah.
And talk about smell. Now this
Oh
sucker
my gosh,
was right.
he was awful.
I mean, it don't matter who you are, he'd gag a maggot. He stunk. So on the way home, I go up there and I go down what they call Pyburn Street and get to the car wash. And I had a little stock rack, metal stock cage on the back of that truck that was just as high as the cab. And I had a roof on it. I mainly just hauled pigs in it. Had that goat in there. So I went to the car wash and put a bunch of quarters in that car wash. And I washed him down. And goats hate water.
Yeah.
I mean, they hate water. He was fighting that wand, but I washed him down and washed all that caked up crap off of him and cleaned him real good from one end to the other, bottom, top, front, back.
Under the hood, everything.
Yeah, I cleaned him up good, washed him off. We had a little girl with us that day. Our kids was, I don't know why she was with us, but it's my sister's daughter, and she kept saying that was her pet goat.
Yeah, her pet goat.
And she liked that goat. So I brought that goat home.
And Randall was washing that goat, And the more he washed him, the redder his eyes got.
The madder he got?
Yeah, and there was steam coming out of his horns, and then Randall has to go and hot wax him.
I didn't hot wax
to make him shine. Boy, did he shine.
I didn't hot wax the goat. But anyway, I brought him home. I thought, boy, he'll be glad to see these two nanny goats because they're ready. They're looking for a billy.
They're looking for
They
a
was glad to see
man.
him. So I put him back there in that lot with them goats. There's a couple acres back there. Think he gonna pay any attention to them goats? No. He's got somebody that washed him he wants to kill.
Yes. And there he is.
That 39-inch woven wire, bought 2 strands of barb on top. About
The kids.
about 44 inches high. That ain't gonna hold that sucker. He runs and leaps over that, and he's after me and butting around and carrying on to me. So I thought, well, I'll put him down in the corral. We had a pretty good corral there for cattle. I'll put him in that corral till he settles down. By morning, he'll be over being mad. He'll settle down. So I had him down that pen, and my nephew comes along, and my 2 boys come along, and they go down there where that goat's at, and I said, leave that goat alone. And the kids don't listen to you.
No.
And that nephew of mine was older, and he'd stick his foot inside that gate.
Yes.
And when that goat would go to butt his foot, he'd move his foot, and the goat would hit that post.
Yeah.
The goat, so mad he did. He just kept beating on that post.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
And directly that goat got tired of beating on that post, and that was a wooden gate.
Uh-huh.
Well, a little age on it. He starts beating on the gate.
Mm-hmm.
And these oak boards start splintering.
Mm-hmm.
And these kids is there thinking it's funny till he busted him a hole.
I know.
I wasn't there, but Debbie will tell you what
Yeah,
happened.
they come running, screaming, and I happened to look, and the goat was right behind him. I opened the door and said, "Get in here!" And I slammed the door in the goat's face, and then we had a metal door with a glass window, and they kept making faces at the goat through the glass window, and he started beating the door and had it bowed, and I said, "Guys, stop it, stop it." So then I look, and they're at the picture window, looking out the picture window, making faces. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I said, get away from that picture window. And I closed the curtain as best as I can, because I was just thinking, man, all I need is that billy goat to jump in through the picture window and murder us all.
So he had them hemmed in the house. They was afraid to set foot outside, and he was going around the house wanting to get them when I come home.
Yep.
And I get out of my truck, and here he comes after me. And we had some big old flat rocks laying there to step on because it got muddy out in that yard.
Mm-hmm.
And I just picked up one of them old big flat rocks, and bang! He bangs his head into it, and this and that. And he's banging around there, and I work around the bed of my truck. I got a log chain back there. And I wrestle him and finally get a log chain on him.
Oh,
And he's took care of that urinating on his whiskers and front legs and all that. He's getting that smell all over me again.
Yeah,
And I chained him to a tree out in the front yard with that log chain. And them kids, you couldn't stop them from aggravating that goat. It was just great fun. to them.
Yeah, it was fun.
And they would catch him not looking and then run. So he'd run to the end of the chain and about jerked his feet off the ground. They aggravated that goat all week. Tuesday, I load this goat back up, and I take him back to the sale barn. And we back up there, and what them hands say?
They said, oh, here's old Stinky again. I think he made the rounds.
Anyway, so when we unloaded him, he was ready to get anybody.
Oh, yeah.
This sucker, he's mad.
Even the boys had to jump out of his way.
Yeah. So, come time to sell him, they always sold goats and stuff like that first. So he's the first thing comes in the ring that day. And he's in there in the ring and running around, and they're laughing because he's butting at them guys, and they're popping him with their whips and hitting him with the hot shot and all that, and the little goats are running around.
All that's doing is making his eyes turn redder and his horns start steaming.
And old Red Meredith, auctioneer.
Yep.
J.D. Red Meredith, big old guy, you know, giant of a guy. He's the auctioneer, owned the sale barn. He starts in with that microphone and starts to try to get a bid, and that goat sees him, runs across there, makes one leap, and lands right up there with old Red. He's up there on that counter, and he's got his horns down, and old Red, he gets up and grabs that goat, and slings him over, and he hits the pipes on the other side. Old Red was mad at him. They opened the gate, and they run him around back. He brought $12.
Uh-huh.
And then I had to pay commission, so I got less than $12.
Uh-huh.
And I'd paid $17.50 and I had gas and a couple of dollars of car wash money in it. And feed, I had to feed him always. And he didn't breed them nanny goats. So, there was an old boy up by Corning who bought that goat. He thought it would keep people out of his horse pasture. He had some horses and had a little horse pasture. We hired two guys I know, old Darrell and Huck, to build him a horse barn. And they had been building on that horse barn, and they went over to work on that horse barn after he put that billy goat in there, and it wouldn't let them do nothing, so they was sitting up there on the roof of the barn. And this old boy comes by, and he said, "What's your problem?" He said, "That goat won't let us work. You're going to do something to that goat." "Oh, that old goat ain't no problem." This guy was a big old guy, too. And he went out there and he went to wrestling that goat, and that goat knocked him down, and this and that and other, and finally he got up and he went over to his truck and got his gun and shot it dead. And that's what happened to that mean billy goat. So
He wasn't mean, he was stinky.
So we didn't. He didn't do them nannies no good, and we need the billy goat. So we go to Poplar Bluff on Friday, and they still have a flea market up there every Friday. The sale barn's gone. It's there, but they don't use it. And they always had goats at that sale barn. So we went up there, and I bought a registered Toggenburg billy. Papers.
Oh, he was handsome.
And he was gentle and sweet, and he didn't smell all that
yeah,
bad.
and the kids used to ride him like a horse.
So my two boys would ride him.
Yeah,
all
right.
the time, ride that billy.
Yeah, right.
And they had this little pony. Wasn't as tall as the billy goat. Little black pony.
Oh,
And one day the guy come by there in that middle son, little Chris. He said, "I bet you just ride the far out of that little pony." The meanness just stood out on that boy when you seen him, you know. And he said, "Nope. That pony always bunks me off. I get better rides on the billy goat than I do the pony."
Yes.
Well,
And he
little Randy
did.
was going to start school, first grade. And I took that billy goat up Poplar Bluff sale barn, and I sold it. And my wife, Debbie, she's mad at me. She said, "You sold the kid's pet goat."
Yeah, you sold
They had
your-
rode him so much that the hair wore off his back.
Yeah, they
They
liked
said
riding
that's
him.
their pet. They ride him every day and this and that, and wherever
Yeah.
that is that, he plays with them, and he was a real good goat. You sold him. And I said, "Yeah, I had to sell him." She said, "Why's that?" I said, "Have you smelled of them boys?" I said, "They smell like
them
a
all
billy
the
goat."
time.
He can't go to first grade to school smelling like a billy goat. I said, "So, school starts up in about a month, you're going to have to..."
Oh, everybody would get used to the smell.
Well, we was used to it. We lived there and we was used to it. That's just the way it is. Like people that smoke, you step in their house and God, but they're used to it. They live there. But anyway, that's the goat stories. And we've got her up
Yep.
for the ground, folks.
Yay!
Hey, that sucker's high enough to work on.
Wow, look at that. We'll crawl under.
Yeah.
Do your thing. Oh, he's going to do something. Okay, well, while he's doing that, I'm going to go check on my...
You don't what?
What?
Somebody has robbed the transfer case out of this thing.
Oh,
Never known
jeepers. So we're
before.
not...
Got a PTO on it.
Okay, people, now that's enough. You need to quit coming and robbing from us.
It does not have a transfer case. I didn't know that.
So it's a good thing you crawled under there. And what else?
Let me see that camera here a minute.
Does it got a rear end?
Come here.
Okay.
Let me have the camera.
Okay, I'm going to try to give it to you without turning it off.
This makes me mad. Folks, look there. See, that's fresh. Somebody has stole that transfer case.
Recently?
Yeah, since we've had it, somebody stole the transfer case while it's sitting up here.
Yeah, I don't doubt it.
Yeah, it's gone.
You should have kept that billy goat.
The bolts, you can tell where the bolts was, Debbie.
I believe you, darling.
Boy, it's a good thing I don't know who that is that does that stuff.
Okay,
It's
sorry,
good for
people.
them and good for me. What's the matter?
I'm trying to
You quit?
get it the right way. Okay, now I think we got it the right way.
Somebody stole the transfer case.
Yes. The mosquitoes are out. They're pestering me. Okay, I guess Randy's sad now. Sorry, honey.
No, I'm pretty mad.
Oh, well, I didn't do it.
I know it. But somebody got it.
Well, honey, I don't know who did it.
What it was.
You didn't keep that billy goat.
Yeah, should have had that billy goat.
You should have had that Jersey bull that loved everybody.
Well, I guess they'll live with it and my son will live without it. That's about all I can say about it.
Okay. Well, anyway, y'all, he's going to go cry in his
It
tea or
wasn't even
coffee.
mine, but I'm mad about it.
Well, I know. But they could have stole it just as easy over at his house.
Yeah.
There's,
I don't know,
there's,
he's got a nosy neighbor lady.
yeah, keeps an eye on everything.
Sees everything goes on.
Well, if you hire a hermit to live up
Well,
here.
you'd think sitting here and down on the ground as low as it was and everything, somebody wouldn't have.
He must have been a skinny person. Okay. I guess we're going to call it,
Well, I've got some Power Wagon. These are close. Because we had another one of these engines. That's what they call it. This is the 23-inch engine. And it was a bigger, longer engine, 25-inch engine. And it disappeared too.
well, you know what you need to do? You need to go start visiting people.
Well, it disappeared too.
Just go start visiting
The
people.
25-inch engine.
Okay, everybody. Well, anyway,
But this engine's got 230 cubic inches, and that 25-inch engine's got 260. And somebody stole it.
okay.
I had it pulled out, had it over in the cab of a truck close to the fence over there, and
Well,
it disappeared.
anyway, this is, I guess, the end.
Yep.
There ain't no more.
Goodbye and good luck to you. And hope if you got stuff, the thieves don't steal it from you.
Yep.
But that's just the way things go.
But anyway, please like and subscribe and comment below and share with your friends. And y'all have the greatest of days. I think today's Thursday. And I've been busy all week running. God, I hate going to town. Every time I go to town, I spend money. But anyway, y'all have a great day. And thanks for watching. Bye!